Hey friends, make this stunning lantern swag for your home, for your guest, as a gift, mantle. So I begin with lots of zip ties, my floral wire cutters, some ribbon, and some floral wire. The lanterns come in different sizes. You just want to make your swag long enough that it does not touch the surface. So I'm going to begin with my florals. I'm going to begin with the longest one in the back. Now, this one is the spring branch is not the shortest one, but it's bendable. So we're going to be able to shape it. I'm going to use these beautiful magnolias and this lavender pink, actually it's pink, filler blossom. And I'll give you a list of everything that I'm using in this video description. So again, be careful about your height or the length of this, but we're going to start stacking them on top of each other. And you'll notice that I'm taking that zip tie and joining them, but I'm not tightening it down all the way. I'm looking at my length. Is it the right length? It can be longer on the top, shorter on the bottom, vice versa. But by not tightening that down, I can add some additional florals without them sliding all over the place. So we're just going to keep layering this on. Again, the longer ones in the back, I'm layering those magnolias not next to each other. I'm kind of staggering those. And this is just an example of I'm using a bow to see how much space, because I want space in between the top part of the swag and the lower part of the swag. And we're going to be making a bow specifically for this. So look at that measurement. It's not touching the ground. It's hanging over the top a little bit. Now we're going to start building that other side. So again, we're going to add some of those florals. And remember, Mother Nature isn't perfect. So these don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. And I love using that wispy spring branch. It has some wooden texture to it. And of course, the variegated colors really make this pop as well. Plenty of zip ties. I don't use anything else but zip ties to put it together, and then I'll use floral wire to attach it to the lantern itself. Each lantern is constructed differently, so you just kind of have to look at your lantern and decide where you're going to attach it once it's made. And again, any size lantern will work. You just will create your design to by measuring your lantern and just not going all the way down to the bottom. All right, so I actually did use a touch of hot glue on top of that zip tie so they weren't sliding around, just in case I didn't get it tight enough. Look at this beautiful 2.5-inch ribbon. It's a black and white stripe with roses, and we're going to be using that in our centerpiece or on our lantern swag. So I'm going to use this at 5 to 6 inch loops, depending on how big my opening is there. And I created several loops to make it full there in the bottom layer. Then I took a 1.5 inch in this laurel leaf green, and combined the two ribbon with a zip tie again. I've started my zip tie, but I haven't tightened it down all the way. And you'll notice I only did one loop on each side of that green. So now that my bow is done, I'm going to add some floral wire into that zip tie. After I'm fluffing it out here, we're going to add a piece of floral wire into that zip tie before we tighten it down all the way so that we can attach it to our lantern. So now we're going to add that bow right on top of our space. And again, a little more hot glue just to make sure that those florals don't slip and slide inside of the zip tie. And don't be afraid to use zip ties. All right, so we're going to add our bow. And again, that floral wire has been attached to the back of it. And we want to make sure that it does not touch the ground, the bulk of it. Now, one of those wispy branches can touch the ground, but the bulk of it's going to be above. Look at this beautiful arrangement. We've attached it, and oh, wow. This one's going to be beautiful on your table, on an end table mantle. Enjoy.